Hey guys, this is Kathy. Welcome back to my channel, Kathy's Favorite Things, and welcome back to another episode of Patty and Kathy's Open Collab. That's the hashtag, all in lowercase, Patty and Kathy Open Collab, and it's hosted by my sweet friend Patty from Life with Patty and myself, and we upload twice a month, the second and the fourth Saturday of the month. And the prompt for this month was chosen by Patty, and she said flowers. And I'm gonna show you what I made. Apologize for my hands. I have been non-stop crafting lately with different projects, different inks and glues and things. So I had to cut my nails and all of that. Anyway, I'll show you what I made, and I'm gonna show you a different types of flowers that I made. This time I made them using book pages, and I'm gonna call them my Shakespeare's flowers because I used a Shakespeare's book to create them. So they're romantic flowers. So the first one is this paper rose, and again it's a book page, super easy to put together. At the end of this video I'm going to show you how to make one of the paper flower and one of the other kind of flowers that I made, and so you can see. So if you want to stay till the end, you're welcome to do that. If not, I'm going to try to put the timestamp to show what time I started creating which one of the flowers. Okay, so here you go. This is the rose, and again this is super easy to make. Again, just book pages. It takes a little bit to dry because I mean, if you use wet glue like tacky glue, it's gonna take a bit to dry, but if you use like fabric tack, it dries pretty quickly. Okay, so there you go. That's the rose. And I put some stickles on the edge of the petals. I don't know if you can see right. You see there? It's shiny. You can use different colors so you can see it better. And you can even paint this with like watercolor or alcohol markers or just ink it. I just decided to do the glitter on the edges. Okay, the second flower is this one here, and this is also using the Shakespeare's book. So, you know, this is a vintage book. It was from, well, I actually have it here. So this one, The Winter's Tale. See, I used this book. You can see the color of the pages, you know, so they have a nice color. I think this is from the 1950s or 1960s. I believe I don't have that page where it has the age, but yeah, it's pretty old. Okay, you guys, so that's the book that I used. And again, this flower here, it's quite a big flower actually. This is a page. Let's say if you want to put it in like a journal, and if it is a big journal, you can put it on like, you know, the first page, glue it there. And this spaces here under the pages can be like a tack spot. Let's say I have a piece of paper here. So let's fold it like you're gonna put something. You're gonna stick that there under all those petals. You know, you can journal on a piece of paper and stick it under here, and that can be held in place right there. And let me show you this pages because this petal is a heart. Can you see right there? It's a heart, so I just cut different shape hearts. You know, like I made some big sizes and some smaller sizes, and just I went around on a circular motion and I started gluing the flower. You know, and like in the bottom it has just a circle, and that's where I joined all the points of the hearts, and this is another circle, and then I put some stickles and some sequins in there to make it, you know, beautiful. And then just ink the petals, and this is like pink and yellow in these petals, so I love that one. Then I made this kind. This is more like, I don't know, a daisy. Again, the same kind. You cut a circle You don't have to die cut it. I just did all of this freehand, just cut it. Here in the center, I put some seed beads, and I did, after it was dry, I went over and I put more glue over the seed beads because some of them were falling. So now the glue, I think I put too much and it's still trying to dry up. But you can see that those are seed beads right there, and it's just gonna be very strong, very sturdy, and very beautiful when it fully dries, the glue that has in there. And these are all the petals, see, and I inked them again, really pretty. It's from another Shakespeare's book, so I got 2 different Shakespeare. And if you wanna, like, if your journal is smaller, of course you can make this in for a smaller journal. I am working on a big one, so that's why I made big flowers, because I think I'm gonna try to put at least a couple of them in there. It's again using the same book, different kinds of inks. This has like a blue, a pink, and a yellow ink in here. You know, that's like the color of the pages, and I only ink the front on this page. This is the circle where you start joining all of them, and I think it looks really pretty. You can curl the petals if you want, you know, using your finger or a pen, and they will look really pretty. And again, it has a bunch of seed beads, and it's a big layer of seed beads. I don't know if you can see right there. So yeah, they're jam packed in there. So yeah, it's beautiful. That's gonna look beautiful on a page. Then I also made this one. This one is a little bit smaller. This one has some purple ink around the petal and yellow inside. And this one has a lot of beautiful yellow sequins and holographic, can you see? And it has some stickles all around it. Oh, I hope you can see the shine of this. I really like it. So see, that would look super pretty. And again, the same, the petals are perfect like tack spots, see? You can put pieces of paper here, journal in a piece of paper and there, or if you want, you can even write in the back of the petals if you want. Like if you want it to be like a secret that you don't want people seeing. But yeah. Now, this. So that's another one that I really like. Let me put that there. And I have this one here. This one, it's a flower that, oh, and you can put a, let's say you want to make this a full page in a journal. You can like cut a piece of paper and put it like the stamen of the flower, you know, like that. And you can cut some leaves and put it there too and create your own flower page. You know, you can do, this one is the kind of flower that looks like this, you know, like the petals are down. You know, usually the books or the magazines or whatever, especially the books, they have like drawings of flowers like this. So that's why I created it this way. Again, this one has seed beads right there, and it has the pink ink and the yellow. Some of these petals I did ink on this side also because they are curled up. As you can see, I did curl them up. And those are the seed beads. So yeah, I always want to over glue the things because especially if I'm gonna put it in a journal where the pages are gonna be flapping, you know, you're gonna be opening and closing the book. I don't want the seed beads to start falling off. So that's why I put too much glue and still trying to dry up. It's been like 2 days. So yeah, but I like this, you know, you can do the same thing with this flower, just put your stamen there, you know, and it looks really pretty. See? Just use the, you know, maybe this is too bright of a green, but it's what I had handy. That's why I cut that one. But you can make it like, even with like book pages, you can cut it all in book pages and make the leaves also in book pages, you know, really pretty. And you can use any other paper. You can use cardstock for all that, you know. I'm just using these books because I got them for free from my library. And this one here, this is a big flower. Let me show it to you up close first. See, this one says, you can see it says Shakespeare in a few, oh, it's just over there again. So, you know, it says in a few places, and after I glue it, I realized that that was there. So I was super excited because I'm calling them Shakespeare flowers. And this one has all different kinds of petals. You can see these ones here are small. This one are a bit bigger, and you have all of this over here, which are so many. I don't even count, you know, I didn't count them. This started to grow like a snowball. When I was making it, first I was gonna make like a little thing, like a half of this. And then I started looking at it and I was like, oh, I wish it was fuller and fuller and fuller. And then I did so many and I cut them all one by one. And I used the whole page of the book for this, and it's doubled up. There are 2 book pages here, so it could be more sturdier. So this could be like a pocket in a journal, in a full page, of course. You know, you can put another piece of like cardstock here and then put it on your page and you'll have a pocket, and then you'll have all the stack spots. You know, you can put your little papers in here, like so. So this could be a really beautiful big page embellishment in a journal, and that would look so beautiful. And as you can see, the center of the flower here, it has stickles and it has all kinds of beautiful sequins, and you know, and I did put like sequins in some of the petals also, not in all of them, but in most of them, you know, because I want it to like be special and shiny, because I think, you know, I like shine. So that would be like for a full page, and I think it's just fantastic. But it's really time consuming because you have to cut all the petals, so you can make it in like smaller, you know, scale if you wanted to. Okay, so those are my paper flower, my Shakespeare flowers actually, like I call them. And to apply the ink, you know, you use this little brushes from Dollar Tree, and use any ink. This is some of the stickles that I use. This is the diamond. I also use yellow stickles in this one here, and this one in the other ones. And I even put stickles over the seed beads here. I don't know if you can see, there's some shine there. Yeah, I put some stickles over that also. It's dry because I did it, you know, a couple of days ago. It's just still trying to dry. Well, the other flowers that I did were these flowers. Look at that. I'm gonna put it up close so you can see. And these flowers are made of gems. And you guys know how I feel about gems, and I am in the process of finishing up a journal where I wanted to put like very special things in it, and beautiful things, because it's a fairy journal and these colors are visible in that journal. It's a really bright book, and I decided to make some gem flowers, and these are it. Look at that. And you see, it's a big yellow gem, and it has a pink and a green or bluish. It changes color when the light shines on it, you know, when it reflects the light. So let me put that one there. So I made a few of those because I thought it was really beautiful. This one is kind of the same. I use the same color gems. It's just the only difference is that the one in the center is a square. The other one is a circle. So this one has a more square look and this is more circular. And you can tell that I really like that color combination, so I made a few of those ones. But I also made some different ones, so I'll show you those, but this is more of the same ones. I just thought that that color combination went perfectly. So look, I made 5 of the same color, Now I also made this one. Look, it's more of a purple one, and this one has they're just purple flowers. Can you see? And I arranged them in a way where they could look pretty. You know, just use your creativity and just arrange them the way that you think they look pretty, and just glue them. Just make sure you glue them with enough glue so they don't fall apart. This one is another one. This is one of my least favorite, I think, even though I like the blue color. I think it looks more like a snowflake than a flower, so that's why I think it's not one of my favorites. But I also made another one with more blue, which is this one. I really like this one. I think it looks like a brooch. I think they all look like a brooch, and you can definitely turn them into that. If you like put a pin in the bag, you can use it. It looks like a real jewelry piece because they're so shiny, you know. There's another one of the purple ones, but in like a smaller size, because I didn't have very many of the flowers, of the big flowers like this one's here. So, you know, I just use my stash, you guys. Everything that I used for this project, I didn't have to go buy anything. You know, use your stash, look at the craft supplies you have and see what you can create with them. This one I really like. It has a lot of green. The center gem is a big green one, and then there are some pink underneath and more green on top. Look at that one. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really, really pretty. I have two more blue ones, but are pretty similar to these ones, and I didn't really like it very much, like I said, because they look like snowflakes. But these ones that I'm showing you are my favorite. So now I'm gonna show you how I made one of these ones, and I'm gonna show you how to put together the rose, and for you to see in case you want to know. So if you want to stick around, let me move to the side. Let me just show you quickly. Let me put the flowers to the side as well, and we're gonna do that. So first of all, you're gonna need some book pages. So let's just get a few book pages from here. This isn't like, it's an old book, but the pages are still super strong. Okay, so let me, for the rose, you're gonna need a center, okay? Let me just put this to the side here. So we're gonna grab, I have three, let's do one more. Let's do 4 pages. Okay, I have my 4 pages here. I'm gonna fold them in half, and I'm just going to cut them, cut petals, okay? So let's say you can just go freehand, okay? And cut your petals. And let's cut some more. Okay, now we're gonna cut them here in half. And this is super easy to make, you guys, and you can make this with different kind of papers. The book pages are kind of sturdier, so if you want to make them in with like tissue papers, look, you can also make them out of tissue paper. I did make a video about tissue paper flowers for my wrapping paper Wednesday collab, and it's in my list of videos. But this one, you need that, and first you have to make your center bud, right, to start forming your flower over it. So we're gonna use this one that is already dry, but I'm gonna show you how to put that together. So you have your petals, and you can cut a lot of petals if you want a very full flower. Okay, so for the center, you need, let's cut this in half. because this is like a really thick paper. So let's just cut it in half here, and you're gonna fold this to make it even more sturdier, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see anything. You can glue the center here, or you can just leave it like this, whichever way makes you happy. Okay, so I'm gonna use Fabri-Tac because Fabri-Tac dries super quickly, okay, you guys? So, but here, I'm not gonna glue this one because I already have one, but I'm just gonna show you. So you have your piece of paper right there. You're gonna glue some petals over here. And you're not going to overlap them. You're gonna just put them side by side. Okay, you can have a space in between, that's fine. Okay, so you can put 3 or you can put 4, you know. You can glue those there, just the bottom here, just a little bit. Glue them, okay. When that is dry, if you use the Fabri-Tac, it's gonna be dry super quickly because it dries almost instant. But if you use wet glue, like tacky glue, this is gonna be wet. It's gonna take a bit to dry, so you have to let it dry for a little bit. You can use tacky glue, okay? And you can, I used tacky glue for this one, and I had to put this here and hold it so it didn't open. Okay, so when that's dry, you're gonna roll it. You know, let's pretend, imagine these petals are glued here. So you're gonna start folding them like this, you know, just rolling them, you know, like so. And you're gonna have more petals, and this is gonna start forming the center. Okay, you're gonna roll, okay, and clip it here and let it dry, and this is what you're gonna end up with. So that's your center. Now, when that's dry, like so, you can, you know, open the center if you want. You can fold the petals, fold it open like so, or you can keep it closed, you know, whichever way. So now to make it bigger, you're gonna start gluing these pages here around it. And you're gonna start forming your flowers. So let me just do that quickly here. Let me just add a few, just so you can see. Just put a little bit of glue. I'm gonna put it down there. You can put it on the bottom of the paper or on the actual flower. So just put some there and hold it. Okay, now we're gonna grab another one. I'm gonna put some there. I'm gonna put it here. See, at the bottom. And like I said, the book pages are sturdy, so you know, it's not such a paper easy to maneuver. You know, you have to actually like grab it and like fold it for it to stay, not like the tissue paper. The tissue paper, you can maneuver it and bend it super easily, but the book pages are not really. Okay, so now I put some glue here at the bottom. We're gonna just glue it here again. And this is how you are going to continue doing it. And you're gonna like see how you have a space in between this piece of paper and this piece of paper, and this is open. So your next petal you're gonna put over here and cover that, just to make sure that your petals are going different ways and it's not going to just be full on one side and not the other. Okay, so just put your glue there. It's clear, so that's why you can't see, but it has glue at the bottom. You know, and just go around it. And once you add all the petals you want, then you can start opening the petals and giving the shape that you want to your flower, you guys. And I mean, that's the way I do it. And I wanted to share that with you in case you were interested in doing something like this. I mean, they're really pretty. You can make full bouquets of flowers with like any kind of paper. The flowers that are super easy to make, and also the paper is very easy to maneuver, is the crepe paper. So you can make crepe paper roses or any kind of flowers using crepe paper, and they are going to look beautiful. And of course, the crepe paper that you buy like at Dollar Tree, it works, but that's just a thin piece of crepe paper. But if you go to Amazon and buy like rolls of crepe paper, they will have like different colors in big rolls. And I have a few in my cart, and I hope to, you know, buy some maybe in the near future. I'm trying to like not go like crazy shopping craft supplies because I have so much, and I really want to start using my stash, and that's what I have been doing, you guys. So see, now it's taking shape because we're adding more petals. It's like, you know, it's a bit brittle because it's a old book page, and here it just kind of broke a little bit. But you know, once you add more petals, you won't see that. And you can ink it if you want, you know. So if you want to give this to someone or just make it for you to put in your craft room, that will look really pretty. Put it in a vase. So yeah, or when you send a gift to a friend, you can make a few and put it like on the top of the you know, the goodies and just for the decor. Yeah, very pretty, you know. And there you go. So just keep adding and adding, and I'm just gonna add one more petal, and that's going to be for this flower because I'm gonna show you how I made the other one with the jemmies, okay, you guys? Because you already got the hang of this, so you know already how to put together your rose. And the other flowers that I made are super easy, so that's why I decided to show you a rose instead of the other ones, because it's just the same thing. You cut your petals, and that's it, and start gluing. But the other ones, you make the little center and then start adding your petals. You know, super cute. So just start folding the petals open, and then just ink them or add glitter or whatever you want to add to them. And you will have your flower. You know, it just takes some time and start adding and adding and adding. The more petals you add, the more beautiful and full your rose is going to be. Okay, you guys, there you go. Yeah, like that. So let me put this to the side. I will finish that after. I'm gonna show you how I made this kind now, okay? So let me just move this to here. Let me put those to the side. I wanted to make one that looked like a daisy. So we're gonna just cut a circle. Well, this is not so perfect because I did it freehand. Okay, what I used to cut that is just file folder from like Dollar Tree. You know, cut a rectangle and cut a few circles. That's what I did for that. And this time we're gonna make a daisy. So I have some jemmies here, and I'm gonna get a yellow one for like the center, and we're going to do pearls this time. What do you think? That's what I want to see. I want to see how it looks like. So let's do that. And let me see, is that, yeah, that's good. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna use tacky glue. This one. Just use a lot of tacky glue and just put some in your paper and your cardstock. You know, you can use cereal box, you can use anything, you know, just recycle your old packaging. I had that file folder handy because I was making some journaling cards. So that's why I took a piece of that. But if not, I would use like an old cereal box. I have a few, or pasta boxes. Those are really sturdy. So there you go. You put a lot of, hope you can see, am I in frame? Yeah, my hands are huge. So we have the yellow. It's not so big, but it's big enough. You can see the center. So we're gonna put it just there in the center of our glue. And now we have our pearl. If you wanna add more tacky glue on the back, because these pearls are really big and heavy. See, they're humongous. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of that there just to make sure that they're not gonna go anywhere. Okay, and just go around it and glue them one by one. You know, and I hope this end up looking good because I don't know, this is the first one that I'm making for like a daisy. And you know how much I love pearls, so I'm like, oh, I have to make a white one. And you know, you're gonna end up with your fingers full of glue. I have this far away from me because I'm trying to have it in frame so you can see. But if I was making this on my own, I would have this pretty close to me so I could see how much space in between and all of that. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just trying to make it quickly to show you just what you need. It's super easy. Just layer them any way you want. Okay, there you go. And now there is a space there in between. If you don't want to have like open spaces, let me see if I can grab the piece of paper. Okay. Okay, so right there. See how you can see the glue coming out? Well, that's gonna dry clear when it dries up. But if you want, now that it's wet, you can add like tiny beads or seed beads around it, or glitter, whichever thing you want, and then they will stick to those pieces where the glue is, you know, coming out. And it will look beautiful. You can just leave it like that or layer more pearls over it if you want, you know, whatever you want to do. You know, if you want to like put a flower in the center of that. Let's say you want to add this flower over the yellow because you know you don't want the yellow. You can just glue that there. You can use E6000 for this also. It would be really like sturdy. It won't go anywhere with E6000. But I ran out of E6000 and I haven't purchased any yet. So that's why I didn't use that. But tacky glue is really resistant too. So you can, tacky glue will be good as well. Now my hands are full of glue. Like usual when I craft. So you guys, those are my flowers. I hope this was fun for you and inspires you to create using your stash. Make sure you go and check out what you have and use your things because you can create so much, you know, and this can be turned into, you know, like a piece of jewelry if you put a pin in the back, or it could be a beautiful page embellishment. You can put a paper clip underneath, and it would be a really beautiful embellished paper clip or hidden paper clip. So I will turn this into a few different things, and then when you see the flip through of that journal, you will see and you'll be like, oh, I saw her make those. Yeah. So easy and so fun. So you guys, thanks a lot for watching and for joining us today for another episode of Patty and Kathy's Open Collab. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give me a like and leave me a comment below, okay? And don't forget to share it with your friends. Bye guys, love you.